Hey everybody, it's Missy again. Thanks for joining me today. I'm here with a new layout, and this is a guest design layout for Bramble Fox. And I'm so excited to share this. I love how this layout turned out. They sent me the cutest little packages of these acrylic shapes, and there are a lot of cute little clouds and some fun phrases that you can use on just about any theme of a project. I also got a couple more packages that have some arrows and just all kinds of cute little things. So I decided to make a layout from scratch, and that's what I call a layout that I basically create from white cardstock and add a bunch of paint and mist and things like that to it. And I decided to make a summer layout, and I've trying to decide which of these pictures that I'm going to use. Obviously, they're all in the pool, so this is going to have a lot of blue and yellow and pink and bright, fun summer colors. And I don't know if you can see here, but I've already got a cut file going here. This is one of Paige Evans' new cut files, and it's called Sunburst, and it is one of my new favorites. I love it. It's the perfect sunshine, and so I enlarged it to basically cover the entire background. And I thought what I would do is create sort of a scene, and I'm gonna make the sky. And at first this looks like a hot mess. What I decided to do was take some light blue acrylic paint and spray a little bit of Shimmer's Jenny B Blue with it, and then just take my palette knife and smudge it all down. And it just looks kind of choppy and blocky. And when that happens, don't throw it away. Just pull out some gesso and smudge it on top, and just keep adding layers until you get what you want. I find that a lot of times I get the best backgrounds or the best color mixes when I make a mistake and add something else on top of it. So, don't be afraid to just let it dry, smudge some white gesso or even white acrylic paint over it, and just let it dry and then go back over it again. This is just plain white textured cardstock here, and so it's going to buckle a little bit. It's actually still stuck to my Cameo mat. I'm going to do all this before I even peel it off, and it does not ruin the mat. But I'm going to keep working on this. My first vision of this was to create a sky in the top half of this page. So I decided to kind of cover up the entire thing up top, and I hadn't originally planned to do that. But I'm just using my palette knife and scraping, and I like how this is looking. I like the soft light blue color. And here's what I really love. I decided I wanted some clouds. I just took some white acrylic paint and my little circle ink blending tool, the foam applicator one, and just kind of made some circle smudges. And I think this turned out really cool. I think these clouds look kind of real. And I was excited how easy and how fast that came together. So that's a fun way to make clouds if you're making a summer scene or any type of sky. So I have to go through and kind of pick out the little pieces that were cut, just because when you add gesso or paint, it kind of makes them stick in the little holes there. So I had to go and help them be removed, but they came out really, really easily. And how cool is this cut file? Perfect sun. I love it. So my thought here was to tear this in half and use only the top part and place it on top of a new sheet of white cardstock, and then do something different on the bottom half. Because kind of like, I remember when I was a kid and I would draw a landscape piece of, art, I would always make the sun kind of halfway rising above the mountains in the background when I was in elementary school. And so that's kind of the vision I had. I thought, I'm going to make the sun kind of rise up and only see the top half of it. So I'm going to spray some shimmers in Glorious Day and Mustard Seed behind there, and so now it really looks like a sun. And I'm still trying to decide which picture. And then I decide I want to use the whole thing. After I ripped it in half, I'm still going to use it, and I actually think it looks kind of cool. I wanted to kind of extend the blue down a little bit, and I'm going to do that here momentarily. But I also wanted to add some pink. There's a little bit of pink in this photo. This is the one that I picked. And on her swimsuit straps, there's some pink. And for some reason, these are the three main colors I just gravitate toward when I make a summer layout. They just scream summer to me, and they look so pretty together. And I think the addition of the third color really makes it work here. And I'm using some Distress Oxide, that's picked raspberry, and I'm going to just smudge it on with my ink blending tool again, dry, and then come in with a little bit of shimmers here. And I think that's pretty in pink. Just for a little bit more color variation and just to bring that pink down. I didn't want the pink to overpower anything. I just wanted it to kind of look like it was kind of fading out from underneath the picture. And I pulled out a couple of pieces from Bramble Fox. I'm going to use those really cute acrylic clouds up at the top. And then the other piece that says "You Are My Sunshine," that's going to be my title. And here's where I was just talking about. I decided to extend the blue a little bit. So I mixed some of that acrylic paint with some white gesso. And I just kind of smudge it around and make it really light and really hazy. And just sort of pull some of that color down to the bottom. But it's mostly going to stay white. And I'm going to go ahead and make the entire sun stand out. So I'm going to add the yellow and the gold back behind there again. And I love how that looks. I love using a cut file like this because it takes up so much space that it pretty much dictates the rest of the design. Like you only have so much space left to put your picture. And so it came together really quickly after I got all this part done. And I'm going to put the picture on the right because she's looking up and toward the left. I did a little bit of stitching with gold metallic thread just around the inside of the sun. And you can't really tell that I tore the paper in half, but even if you can, I think it just adds some texture. I think even if you tear something, you can always salvage it and put it back together. I pulled out a couple of summer collections from last year. I've got Pink Paisley Summer Lights. This one here that I'm looking through is Sunshiny Days from Pebbles. And I'm also going to use some pieces from the Fancy Pants Hello Sunshine. And I believe all of these were from last year. But I love making summer pages, and so I grabbed this bag. I have all of these collections sort of in the same little bag together. And so I'm going to create a little bit of layering here with some of these bright, fun papers. And this is going to kind of look tropical, even though we're just in the backyard. But I love how it turns out. Gonna ruffle up the edges here just a little bit to make them not so perfect, and then add some foam underneath it. And so that's going to raise my picture up a little bit. Here are the die cuts from Hello Sunshine from Fancy Pants. And they have the cutest little flamingos and tropical hibiscus flowers, little sayings. I love these leaves. Gonna use a couple of those. I love the little flamingo. It looks like he's checking things out. And I love it when things face the photo. So it looks like he's looking at the picture. Let's see, I'm going to add some thread. This is some yellow golden color. I'm going to add that over here on the left. Since the only yellow that I have is really the sun and a little bit of pattern paper, I thought that yellow thread was a nice addition. And this is the beauty of layering. You're able to tuck things in, because I've got the photo, then I've got some tissue paper, then I've got a couple layers of papers, and then I've got the adhesive foam. And so the more layering you do, the more you're able to tuck things in. It just creates shadowing and dimension and looks really cool. I pulled out that cute little palm tree. I believe that one was from Sunshiny Days, as well as this little summer piece that I'm going to fussy cut out. And I'm going to leave the You Are My Sunshine piece white because I think it stands out against the background. And I'm just going to add a couple more stickers from these collections here. I think I only used one little piece of paper from Summer Lights. The rest of it is Fancy Pants and Pebbles. Up to this point, maybe I add more. I love that little summer piece. I just think it adds the greatest little pop of color. And my title is done. You Are My Sunshine. I love that. I'm going to make sure it's stuck down, so I'm going to stick my gesso on top of it. And the rest of this is going to be just cute little additions of embellishments. I'm going to arrange those cute little clouds up at the top. And these are adorable because they're the perfect size for a layout like this. And there's some solid ones. There's some open ones. The one on the right says love. I think I'm going to wind up using that on my second layout. And you could totally color these if you wanted them to be a different color. That would be really easy to do, but I like them white since we're dealing with clouds here. I'm going to add in a couple of, I think I am, maybe I don't. I really wanted to add a couple of these little phrase stickers, but yeah, I don't think I do. I couldn't find the perfect place for them. That's from Simple Stories, one of their summer lines from last year, that sticker sheet. More splatters. You know I'm never done splattering. I think I'm getting close to being finished. Yep. I just added the date. I love how this turned out. I love the colors. I love the cut file. Thank you so much to Bramble Fox for asking me to create these pages. I've got another one coming up, so stay tuned for that. But yeah. Their acrylic pieces are adorable, and like I said, they could go on any type of project that you're working on, and I love them. You could easily color them, and they come in a bunch of different colors too. So let me know if you have any questions about any of the techniques or the products or anything at all. This was a lot of fun to make. I love digging into my stash and combining that with mixed media and just kind of starting with white cardstock and seeing what you can come up with. But it was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great weekend.